Class of 2013, congratulations. You made it. I don't know about you, but a few weeks ago, I wasn't so sure. A few weeks ago today, I, like many of you, was consumed with my thesis work, with my final projects and my papers, making last-minute preparations for graduation. And I was also presented with the task to sit down and to write this speech. I thought, and I attempted to pinpoint the most important, profound thing I could say to my fellow graduates. I remember struggling, as I'm sure we all have at some point. My mind drifted off, and I was met with, "What are you?" It's a terrible question that I remember first being asked at 6 years old on the playground of my Washington, D.C. elementary school. Confused at how to answer, my puzzled expression prompted clarification. "I'm asking, is you black or white?" Oh. To this day, the question has haunted me. It's seeped up through the cracks of my travels and exploration, of my small discoveries and creative expression. It's followed me here to Philadelphia, and it has required of me to ask the question of myself. What are you? Really think about this now. What are you? Not who, but what? How does one answer that? It seems to me that if you're curious about one's ethnicity or their heritage or where their passion stems from, then you might just simply ask that. You might ask who instead of what. Then one afternoon at 30th Street Station, the all too familiar encounter happened, and I changed my answer. Instead of spelling out my family history to explain how and why I look like this, I answered with, "I'm a storyteller. What are you?" The woman who'd approached me with an innocent curiosity, she seemed perplexed and she walked away. There was something so fantastic about that moment. Not because maybe I had been a little too sassy for so early in the day, but because I had responded with words that I believe can be applied to each and every one of us sitting here now. We are all storytellers in our own right. And if not with words, then with images or sound or movement or materials or color, or most likely a complex combination of them all. We have spent the last 4 years both together and alone, learning and refining the necessary skills to develop the most creative solutions to the problems set before us. As we have navigated the time and place that we have shared, we have learned to become better at communicating both our observations and the inevitable questions that follow. So if there is one thing that I would say to you, my peers, those voices and those faces that have been markers of our collective experience here at the University of the Arts, it is that above all else, I am so incredibly inspired by your ability to tell stories. To have been invited into your work, to witness all of the places that you've been, the people that you've met, the iterations of the beautiful, the dark, and the uncanny. These memories are important because they are yours and because you choose to share them. And as I look out into the sea of faces, some that I can recognize and some that I cannot, I wish to ask of you to never stop telling your stories. And maybe more importantly, as we've done in our classrooms and at our performances and exhibitions, never forget to listen. I was once told by a stranger that there is meaning in the space between elements, the moments in between our monologues, our marks, and musical sequences. Our stories can only be made more powerful when we remember to pause and to listen. Your voice, it's brilliant. But our voices together, that is not what, but who we are. And that I am sure of. Thank you so much.